This article is not intended to show you how to replace all of the coolant hoses and lines on your 958 Cayenne S, but addresses the main hoses and types of fasteners used on the hoses. If you are seeing puddles on your Porsche, there is a good chance you have a coolant leak. The easiest way to check this is to pressure test your system. Please follow the link provided at the end of this video for additional assistance with that task. The system is a vacuum fill. This means that it has to be drained and hold vacuum and then use the negative pressure to fill the system. All of this is covered in articles and videos by following the link at the end of this video. Begin by removing your engine cover panels. Next, remove the charged air or Y-pipe. Again, please follow the link provided at the end of this video for additional assistance if needed. With the panels and pipe removed, you're going to remove the coolant overflow line from the top of the radiator shroud, indicated by red arrows. The overflow line connects to the radiator hose fitting on the left side. Use a set of hose clamp pliers and remove the clamp, red arrow. This fitting gets brittle from the heat. I like to run a small pick around the hose connection before I separate it. A small amount of fluid may leak out. Use a T30 torque and remove the two screws holding the overflow line bracket from the shroud, red arrows. Follow the line to the coolant reservoir and press in on the tab and separate the line. You can just set this line out of the way, but by removing it completely, you eliminate the risk of breaking it. There are two main coolant lines connecting the engine to the radiator, red arrows. There is also a smaller line at the front, blue arrow, that connects to the oil cooler and other accessories. If you are going to be working on your Cayenne's hoses, do yourself a favor and get a proper set of hose clamp pliers. The three forward hoses are all connected to the top of the motor with spring clamps. After you loosened and removed the spring clamps, I use a pick and run it between the hoses and pipes to break the connection. The right side hose has a bracket connected to it that supports some accessory lines, red and blue arrows. Disconnect these lines from the bracket. The hose connects to the lower right side of the radiator, blue arrow. It also has a temperature sensor in the hose, red arrow. Either separate the wiring connection for the sensor or lift up on the wire retainer and pull the sensor from the hose. The lower connection is a hand coupling. Use a pick and lift up on the wire retainer, then wiggle and pull the hose from the radiator. Use care as the radiator connection is plastic and you do not want to break this. The smaller hose separates, red arrow, to service several accessories including the oil cooler, blue arrow. All of these connections are spring clamps. The upper left radiator hose is also a hand coupling. Use a pick and lift up on the wire retainer, then wiggle and pull the hose from the radiator. Use care as the radiator connection is plastic, and again, you do not want to break this. All of the hoses can easily be removed or replaced from the front of the engine. Installation is the reverse of removal. Pelican uses and highly recommends using Porsche's synthetic coolant lubricant and all of the coolant pump gases and hoses and any other connection that involves coolant. After you replace any hose, you will need to vacuum fill the coolant system. Again, please follow the link provided at the end of this video for additional assistance with that task. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.